Hey planner friends, it's Nia. This is Life with Nia, and it is time for a budget review. And Petite says hi for the month of February. So, I'm in a love-hate relationship with my budget videos. It just, I don't know. They're like my favorite, but I hate them. Anyway, just food for thought. So, for the month of February, I primarily used my Erin Condren Monthly Planner. This is what I use for my budget. This is my big budget. This stays at home. It has like all of my annual tracking in the back of it. And if you've seen my budget series, then you'll know what all that's about. And then I'm using the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck workbook. And so I do want to share, I changed up February just a little bit because I had some different stuff going on. So one of the things that I did is I made like a task list here, which I'm going to continue to do that. I like that. Not so much goals, but things I want to get done in the month. And then I took the sinking funds in the boxed set. There is a 13th book, so there's one book for every month, and then there's a 13th book with like instructions and yearly spending. So it's this one. I never look at this, but it has some really good stuff in here, so I wanted it in my monthly, and I may copy some other things out of here. But what I did was I took these sinking fund visuals and I copied them onto sticker paper so that I could put them in each month. And it is not all of my funds that I'm tracking by any means, but the ones that I'm really kind of focusing on and that are important to me. So this is copied on sticker paper and laid down here, which was previously just a page of lined note paper that I did not need. So I'm going to be doing that every month going forward as well. The other thing that I did, I messed this book up, which I mess it up every month, and I am completely okay with that because it means I'm using it. But I accidentally, instead of putting my envelope and sinking fund info here, I put it like 2 pages later. But what I did was I took this page, a paycheck and bill tracker. So there's like 5 or 6 of these in here. And I usually need 2 to cover everything. So I glue together 2 pages, and then I have the next one that's all part of the same paycheck. Because I knew I had some extra money coming in, I made a photocopy and put it over here so that I could allocate out that extra money all together, because I wasn't going to be using the envelope or sinking fund information, and this was a total mess, but it is what it is. Normally the way it looks is you get a paycheck bill tracker, envelope sinking funds, extra debt, extra savings, and your envelope breakdown. And I typically don't use any of that. I'm going to use a little bit more of it in March, and you'll see that in my March videos, but I wanted to share that. So for the month of February, let's talk about goals. My goals for February were 1,500 in Etsy sales. And I will say the month is not over yet. I don't have any goals listed there. Let's see if they're here. Okay, so yeah, I had 1,500 in Etsy sales that I wanted to do. It is the last day of the month, but there is lots of day still left. So I'm at 1,486 in sales. Now that's gross sales. That does not include fees. The fees right now are sitting at about 28%. It's a little over $400, but I'm looking at sales. Track all of my expenses. I did that. No CC. I didn't use a CC, but I did use Afterpay, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Savings challenges, which I did, and monetize YouTube, still not there. So those were my goals for the month. And I also, while they're not goals, these things that I wanted to do in the month. So I wanted to cancel my cloth and paper subscription. I paused it, and I keep going back and looking at it because it was weird to me because I thought I was only supposed to pause for 1 month and then make the decision if I want to pause again. Or if it would renew, but it says it doesn't renew again until March 31st. So I just want to make sure that does not change, because I don't intend to subscribe again for March. So I did that. Cancel Simply Gilded was a maybe. I did not cancel because I needed that Paris washi. I did cancel a subscription service that I have called Live Richer. I've had it for many, many years and I was not using it. So that was $9.99 a month. I thought I canceled Amazon Prime, and I have been getting all of these emails from them more than usual. And so I went in and looked today, and it's not canceled. And I took a screenshot. It was actually considered a pause until you restore it. Kind of like if you're away on vacation or something. And I have my screenshot, and I'm just wondering if it's even worth my time to bother with Amazon. But they did charge my card. It's my debit card on the 21st. So I thought I canceled Amazon. My intent was to cancel Amazon. I have a screenshot showing I canceled Amazon, but Amazon is not canceled. So it makes no sense for me to cancel it right now because I've paid for my membership through the 20th of the month. So we're going to try again in March to cancel Amazon, which means I probably should go order those pins that I want now, but that's neither here nor there. I needed to get an external hard drive because of the Silhouette software problems that I've been having. So I did that at the very beginning of the month. And so March will be really spent transferring things that I did not lose over, because it's a lot. It's just it's a headache to transfer it over. And I've just been so busy trying to work to restore things and keep up with orders. I had replaced windshield as a thing to do this month, and I did not do that. It's probably something I'm not going to do until early summer, May or June. But it's going to go on my list of things to do every month. And if it works out that I do it sooner, then great. I just kind of want to keep it on my radar. I wanted to allocate my January savings challenge money, and pick a February savings challenge. So I decided to just save the savings challenge money. This is the Budget Mom's savings challenges. So it varies every month what the challenge is. I don't know what exactly I want to do with it, but I'm going to continue to save until hopefully the end of the year, and then make a decision at that point what I'm going to do with everything that I saved for each of those challenges. And then I purchased my phone with Sprint, so that's done. So those are all the goals and things that we wanted to do. I also decided that the 52-week savings challenge money is going to go towards a refrigerator. I spent this weekend defrosting my little freezer. That was real fun. It's like adulting and things that we don't want to do that we have to as adults. I had two things that are automatically charging to a credit card. One I moved off, and it was really a struggle to get it removed. I just kept getting a spinning circle, and then you couldn't find that I added another card, and you couldn't find where to get, it said you couldn't delete the first. It was just a pain in the butt. But I finally got it to work, and it's just $7.99, but I just didn't want it to charge to the card anymore. And so that took like 5 or 6 tries over several days before I could finally get it corrected. But now it's on a debit card. So that's art and design software as well. And then I have $3.99, I believe, or $2.99 for Apple storage. And I'm going to leave that on the card and just pay it back. Because it's another one of those things that it's been a headache to try to get it changed to something else. Other than that, we are good. Let's see. So, income for February was $88.71 and 65 cents. That's in large part because I had a very large payment from work from something that's kind of like overtime. I don't receive overtime because I'm exempt, but there's an exception because we're in a pandemic and right now, so I don't expect to get anything else. They have a maximum, and we're thus far have not been granted an extension, so it would be wonderful if I got something else, but I don't expect it. So that is why income was like much higher this month. Last month it was about 56, I think, which is about normal. It was $6,098 last month. So we had about $2,800 more than normal, and I will show you where that all went. So these are just normal expenses. And let's see. I did $2,059 in debt this month, which is actually less than last month. And only $707 of it actually paid down debt because of interest and because I bought some stuff on debt. So I did pay off Walmart. I did pay off a small loan. I did pay off my camera, and I paid off Klarna. That all totaled $610.06. But I did use Afterpay and some other debt for like $650. So it's almost like a wash. It's like I didn't do anything. I will say that I guess, I don't know. I feel like I have a plan. I'm going to try to put extra towards this Quicksilver card. And so you're probably like, why not pay the smallest debts first? Because I know that Overstock and Barclay, if I pay them off, they're going to close the accounts because that's what they've done in the past. This is like one bank that does like Overstock, Ulta, Victoria's Secret, all these different companies. So every time I pay them off, they close the account. And so then that's going to drag down my credit score. So I'm dragging it out as long as possible to try to pay down something else so that when that credit, that open credit goes away, it doesn't have as big of an impact to my credit score. So that's kind of like my rationale behind it. And so I'm hoping if I can get this Quicksilver just paid off, then that will offset some of that. Let's see. So I did really good with my weekly check-in. Today is the 28th, and so this is where we're actually at. Nothing has been spent. That is what I actually have for each of these categories. And so one of the things that this month I know that I did in every category except for gas that I don't want to do next month is I spent money in the grocery, eating out, and household categories using my debit card and not sticking to my cash envelopes. So I definitely want to do a better job of that going forward, and staying within the budgeted amount. So for February, I'm trying to figure out what month we're in. We'll go through the cash envelopes and I'll show you what's left. So, before I do that, real quick on savings, which this is kind of the way I save, it kind of overlaps. So I had $70 that went towards the Budget Moms Savings Challenge and $126 that went to the 52-week savings challenge. And that money has already been placed in my envelopes. So I have 186 right now total for the 52 week. Again, this is going to go towards my refrigerator. And then I have 48 from January and 70 from February for the Budget Mom Savings Challenge. And so that's a total of 118, I believe. And then we haven't done March yet. So those are done. The other thing was, because I had extra money coming in, I allocated part of it to debt, part of it to savings, and part of it to reckless spending or fun. So I went ahead and fully funded my post office and my Sam's Club sinking funds. So I needed $50 for each of those to finish them out. And I'm going to put that in each of them now. And then when they come due, we will be ready to pay them and not have to worry about where's the money coming from. So I'm going to add to this is the Sam's Club. And this is just to cover the membership. So this is more than enough. Because I believe it's like $55. So I'll have 70 here now. And I have $9.87 already in this fund in the bank. So $79.87. And like I said, it's more than enough. So it's like a little jump start on the next time. Then for the P.O. box, I have $20 in here now, and I am going to be adding 50, and so that gives me 70 for this as well. And the P.O. box, I believe, is 60. It may be 50. I don't remember, but this is more than enough to cover that as well. That's due every 6 months. So once it is paid for, I think it's 60 because I had $10 a month. Once it comes due, which I think is around May or June, then I will start saving for it again. But for right now, those are two that are fully funded that I do not have to worry about. We'll talk about vacation in a minute because that's going to be my $5 bills. Let's see, I sent $1,000 to my emergency fund savings account. I sent $250 to my car maintenance fund savings account, and that is also what I'm going to use to ultimately get my windshield replaced, but I'm going to file an insurance claim and just pay the deductible. But that also is a fund that I use to cover the cost of registration or car tags, which is not due, I don't think, until like August. So I've got time to keep saving for that. I sent $25 to a savings account for the refrigerator. So total in those funds is for refrigerator $248.22, car maintenance $420.37, and emergency fund is $1,080. And if you'll remember, I have a goal to get to $5,000 for my emergency fund by the end of the year. The other thing that I did different this month was every time I got paid by Etsy, which is weekly, I sent $25 electronically to my tax savings account. And I just wanted to try that out and see how it worked and if I stuck to it, which I did. So we're going to try 3 different accounts in March, and we're going to see if we can keep doing it. I typically do not do well with the electronic savings. I just forget to do it. I'd spend it. I don't know. I don't know why. It's just backwards for me. I do better with the cash on hand. I'll leave the cash on hand alone. So for March, I plan to do the tax, health, and car, I believe. And I'll talk more about that in my March budget. So I think that is everything for savings. Like I said, I had 70 for my Budget Mom Savings Challenge and 126 for the 52-week savings challenge. Those were saved in cash and they'll be deposited into the bank. For my cash envelopes, because my $5 bills go to my travel account. So these are just some random $5 bills. Typically, like if somebody gives me cash for something, and it's a there's a 5 in it, then I just set it aside, and that's what these are. For groceries, I had $22 left over, and I have coupons. So I just keep all that stuff. Like I keep my ledger, my cash, my coupons, and receipts all in the same little pocket. So I have $20 in fives from the groceries. And like I said on my check-in here, there was 22 left. So eating out, I have $9 left. And 5 of that is a $5 bill. And then we have 4 ones. Then for household, I have $4 left. And those are all ones. And then for gas, I am not going to roll that over or pull it out. It's $30 and I have an empty tank of gas right now. So between sometime today or tomorrow, which is payday, I am going to get gas so that I can move around freely. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, $40 in fives. And I have recorded that here. So we added 40 to our vacation fund, giving us 134 total. And these fives will go into this envelope here. That is vacation. And 85 plus 40 is 125. And I actually have 134 because I have $9 in an account. And these are, I think I'm also going to deposit these into the bank account as well. Okay, so that is the $5 bills and the cash envelopes. Now I have $10. Yeah, $10 that is left from eating out, household, and groceries. This $10 I'm going to roll over into my beauty account, which I did not put any money in it this month. And let me just make sure. Yeah, there's $20 in here. So my beauty envelope will end the month with $30. I'll put Okay, so let's just run through these real quick and make sure we have accurate information. So for my P.O. Box and Sam's Club, P.O. Box we have 70, Sam's Club we have 70 in cash and $9.87 in the bank. Okay, so Butcher account, I have $140, and I have decided that I'm going to repurpose this account to be both a combination of Butcher and bulk shopping. So when I go to Sam's Club, I may buy meat at Sam's Club. I may buy a case of beans, canned goods, or something like that. I want to start taking advantage of that a little bit more. So that was part of the reason I defrosted the freezer this weekend, is because there's like all this ice in there and I have room for meat. But I want to go do a meat haul this month, or in the month of March, and I had to make room. Plus, I wanted to see what I actually had in there to know what I was gonna buy. And I may, like, tomorrow on the 1st, I'm going to buy chicken, which is on sale tomorrow, and it will be, I'll probably spend between $15 and $20, and I'll get about 15 pounds of chicken breasts. So that's where we're starting at. Anyway, just sharing that with y'all. So my Butcher envelope is going to be my Butcher / bulk shopping envelope going forward, beginning in March. Okay, so for health, in my health envelope, I have $20, and I have $30.92 in the bank, so that's a total of $50.92, which is what I have here. So I can write over the pencil, since I'm checking these to make sure they're accurate. Okay, for taxes, I did $25 a week, just sending it directly over to the bank account. So I have $20 in my tax envelope, and I have $100 in the tax account. That sounds so wrong to me. I'm going to leave this one. I think I have, it's like, why do I have 25 here? I'm going to double check tax, because I feel like that's not accurate. Car maintenance. And if you're wondering what I'm using, this is the Budget Moms collab with Filofax. I have 2 of these. One I use as like a backup, because I can't get all my little funds in here. And I also, so I have a black one as well. I also use for what I take my, when I'm taking my envelopes with me, I use these, and I have 3 of these, and I really like them because I like to use right now these vinyl envelopes, and it just gives that extra room that you need that you don't get in the Filofax. So I could actually have more in here. I usually only carry 4 with me, and I don't carry all the money that I've allocated to a sinking fund with me. But I have one in blue, and so when my blue planner arrives, I may switch over to this, because this is more spring. And then I have one in this light tan color, and they just hold all my little extras in here as well. For now, it's just storage, but I got these on Amazon, and they were like around $10. They don't come with the cash envelopes, of course. It's just the shell, but just a really good deal. And really nice, like, it feels like not velvet, but I don't know, like a velour type material. Okay, so car maintenance, we've got $50 in the envelope and $370.37 in the bank for a total of $420.37. Clothing, I don't have anything in the bank for clothing. It's just the cash, and I have $40. Petite is rich, y'all. So I don't have anything in the bank for Petite. His money is all in a cash envelope, and it's $91. And he's going to need food in March, so we shall see. Christmas, I have $39.49. That's all in the bank. I got a couple of class action checks that totaled $7.08 in February, and I just deposited those into a savings account. So I'm not really saving actively for Christmas right now, but that is what is there. I deposit change occasionally into this account, and so that's how it is currently growing until I start putting money towards Christmas. If you've watched my videos for any length of time, you know that I do not spend a lot of money for Christmas, and so a couple $100 is more than sufficient for me. Okay, so for our home fund, which is also the refrigerator fund, I have $10 here, and so I have the 186 from the 52-week challenge, and I have something like $52 and some change in a bank account. So the total is $248.22. Okay, just double checking my numbers. Then we have beauty. Beauty, I just added that $10 in ones, and I had 20, so we have $30 in our beauty account. And fun, have not been adding anything to that, so we just have the 40 that's in there. Vacation, I just added those $5 bills, and so we have 134, and we are ready to go on vacation. Emergency fund, so I have $80 in my cash envelopes. I deposited 1,000. This is another one where I want to double check it first, but I put $1,000, but I feel like I put more than that because I think I had like allocated 25 or something like that. Okay, maybe it was cash. Okay, so 1,080, that makes sense. Okay, so I put 1,000 in, and I have some change in there, 47 cents. So I have 1,080 and 47 cents. And then the last one is business equipment, which I feel like I need to like really start saving towards because my equipment is trash. I rolled over $10, and I had 10, so that gives me 20. So the only category I'm not too sure about the amount is the tax, but I feel really good about the savings. I have roughly $2,500 saved for these various things, and so I feel good about that. That's where we're at on that. I don't have all my business expenses down here, but I spent this month a lot on business expenses because I thought I was canceling my Amazon account, so I was trying to stock up on things and forego Amazon for about 6 months because I was spending recklessly on there, but I didn't cancel. But I spent this month on business expenses a total of $475.60. A big chunk of that was sticker paper, which was about $150, but I purchased mats that I used to cut stickers. I purchased another cutting blade because I had to change my blade out. I purchased a ton of mailers and cello bags, art. So hopefully that is under 100 for March. And then just to share percentages for February. So groceries, I spent $278. Now I had allocated $180, and I'm going to allocate even less for March and hopefully stay within it. So I spent all but $22 out of my envelope, but then I put the rest on a debit card. Eating out, I spent $80 and 40 cents. I had $50 in my cash envelope, but the other 30 would have been a debit card. I've only spent 60 of my 90 for gas, but I'm going to go get gas, and so then it'll be 90. Debt this month was $2,059.66. 482 of that was after paying Klarna. Business was $475.60. Planner stuff was $383.44. Insurance was $165.97. My utilities, I break into two categories. So water, sewer, trash, electricity, and gas was $380, which was a little high this month. Then the other part that I consider utilities is my cell phone, internet, and cable. So that was $250.08, and that was high because I accidentally paid Dish twice. So that won't be happening again. I'll pay better attention to it, which it still looks like I owe them, and I'm like, y'all need to fix this because I have a credit. House $17.05, household stuff $323.52, which was a little high this month, so we're going to try to get that down in March as well. Unbudgeted was $92.87, and the things that I had in unbudgeted, I have $9 for the water at work because it's tied to my debit card, which I'm getting ready to cancel because no one is there, and usually everybody would just chip in for the water and pay me back, and that hasn't happened in a year. So I've been paying it, and they haven't been delivering anything, but we're still paying for the cooler. The other thing that I had unbudgeted, and y'all see I did a really good job with my tracking expenses and categorizing everything. So I spent $35 on masks, because we're going to be wearing masks for the rest of our lives, and I spent $48 on books. So those were my unbudgeted items. I spent, the rest of this is all savings, so this is what I'm pretty excited and happy about. I spent $1,035 on savings in February. 20 went to Butcher, which is a sinking fund. 40 went to vacation, which was my $5 bills. $275 went to the car. $110 went to tax. That's why I don't think that number is right. $10 went to health. $60 went to my P.O. box. $60 went to Sam's Club for the membership. $20 went to Petite. $70 went to the Budget Mom's Savings Challenge. And $126 went to the 52-week challenge. So I saved a total of $1,711, and I paid $2,059.66 for debt. The $1,711 is 19.2% of my income. The $20.59 is 23.2% of my income. So like I do every month, I look at this at the end and I'm like, this is money I could be spending on something else, but I've yet to conquer my ability to not use Afterpay. So that's a part of that problem. But we're a work in progress, so we're going to keep working on it. And that is essentially it for the month of February. If you have any questions, comments, I'm always open to feedback and happy to answer any questions. Please post them down below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. And if you are new here or not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And I will see you next time. I'll see you for the March 2021 budget setup. Thanks for watching. Bye.